Hello and welcome back to pokemontcgcenter. In today's video I will show you my deck for expanded format that I actually use to play and I really enjoy playing it. So it's a Aerodactyl from the Fates Collide, and to be honest it's a very funny deck. So basically the main focus is gonna be of course on the Aerodactyl. So this is a 120 HP Pokemon with the Bite and the Jet Draft. So it's restored, which means that it can be restored with Old Amber Aerodactyl or with the Twist Mountain, or pretty much with the Dangerous Tentacle Omastar. So it's very interesting. And of course with the double course energy you can go for 120 turn 1 and also discard special energy attached to your opponent active Pokemon. Free retreat, resistance -20 on the fightings, unfortunately weakness on the lightings, so it's definitely going to be easy target for the Manectric and the Mega Manectric EX. But on the other side, I really like it. So the main attacker, of course, it's a Aerodactyl, and of course I'm running 4 copies of Aerodactyl in this build. So speaking about Aerodactyl, my probably starter is gonna be Talonflame. So running 4 copies of Talonflame with the Gale Wings, which says that if this Pokemon is in your hand, when you start to play, you can actually set up this Pokemon in your active position. And with the Aero Blades you can go for 40 and you can search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Of course, the same thing as the Aerodactyl, weak on the lighting, resistance -20 on the fighting, for retreat cost, which is very good. I really like it, to be honest. So if you can start with the Talonflame turn 1, you have very good chance basically to hit that Archie. But also Talonflame is a very good card in this deck because I don't like to play 4 copies of a Battle Compressor, to be honest. I just want to start with a Talonflame, which is very good card to start with it. Basically use maybe once or twice Aero Blitz and later just attack with my Jet Draft. But also in the mid or late game, if you can preserve your Talonflame for later, it can be very good. Of course, 2 copies of Omastar actually with Restoring Beam. It's the name of the ability, Restoring Beam. Dangerous Tentacle is the ability on Omastar Break, who actually pulled EXs from the bench to the active spot. So Restoring Beam Omastar actually will only be pulled from your discard pile with Archie. So basically it will allow you to once during a turn search your deck for Aerodactyl and put it onto a bench. Very good card. So running 2 copies of them just in case one is prized. And then of course running 1 copy of Omastar Break, as I mentioned it, who actually have that ability that can once during your turn before you attack pull one of your opponent EX Pokemon in active position. So I really like it. It's a very strong card against Shamans. You can just easily pull your opponent Shaman in front, snipe for 120, and then just use again Target Whistle, pull Shaman, strike for 120, and grab 4 prizes just like that. So it's a very broken card, to be honest. So let's just put it right there. And of course, since we play Archie, we can also put 1 Octillery with a Beazle hand. You know, we can also play twice, for example, Archie, and put Octillery on the bench and have a Beazle hand for 5, which is in my opinion very good. In addition to that, running 2 copies of Klefki's. So Klefki with the Wanderlock ability, which says that when you play Klefki on the bench, you can actually attach it to one of your Pokemon, either way in play, even in the active position or bench it. And you can prevent your opponent Mega from dealing any damage done to your Pokemon Klefki is attached that turn. So I really like that, especially against those Megas. That's it. That's my Pokemon list. As you can see, 8, 10, 11, 12, 14 Pokemons in total. So moving on right now to the item cards. Running only 1 copy of Battle Compressor. Well, right now probably everyone should say, well, why should I continue watching this video? He only ran 1 Battle Compressor and it's also an expanded format. This deck just does not make any sense. That's the reason why I actually have 4 Talonflames and I can just Aero Blitz for 1 Battle Compressor, throw out Archie, Omastar, and maybe Octillery, and that's pretty much it. I mean, 2 of them would be perfect, but I didn't find space to fit second, just because, well, then you can discard Talonflames with the second Battle Compressor. What if one is prized? Well, if it's prized, it's prized. I mean, what we can do about that? I mean, this is not the top competitive Tier 1 deck, so you can't expect from it to be, I don't know what, World Championship deck. So that's the reason why 1 Battle Compressor, in my opinion, is decent, especially with the Puzzle of Time. So you can actually grab another Battle Compressor and discard Talonflames just if we need and want to do that. Then one copy of Float Stone, of course. No need to have more than one. It's here just because Talonflame have free retreat, Aerodactyl have free retreat. Only one of these two probably will be on the bench. Either way, Omastar or Octillery. So having only one Float Stone in case any of these two stuck in the active position makes a lot of sense. No need to have more than one in my opinion. Then of course one copy of Super Rod. Since we have Puzzle of Time, we can just multiple time play those single item cards. One Super Rod makes a lot of sense. We also need to have Super Rod. No computer search, no dowsing machine is a rule for this deck. With a dowsing machine, you can discard 2 cards from your hand and basically grab any trainer card from a discard pile. It can be supporter card, it can be N, it can be Float Stone, it can be second barrel compressor, it can be whatever second thing is that you actually have just ×1. But yeah, pretty much dowsing machine is the MVP for this build. No computer search, we just don't want to have computer search, we want to have that ability with dowsing machine, so I really like the fact that with the dowsing machine. Special charge, ×1 to recycle double cores energies, that's pretty much it. Don't need to talk too much about it, I guess. Startling Megaphone ×1, you know, just because it's expanded and we can just get rid of all tools with Startling Megaphone, so really like it. And of course, moving on to the Target Whistle ×1. So put a basic Pokemon from your opponent discard pile on the bench, and that's it. Just put those Shames on the bench, snipe them with Dangerous Tentacle in the active spot, and then just go for 120 for the knockout. So really good card. Also ×1 Muscle Band. You know, sometimes against Greninja you can go just for 120 or short for 20. I don't have Giovanni, but I do have one copy of Muscle Band who can actually provide me a very good boost against those annoying Greninjas. So we can just snipe for 140 and that's it. The game is over. We can just knock out Greninja. We don't care too much about Greninja break, I guess. Twist Mountain ×1, only one stadium, once each player turn. That player might flip a coin. If has put restored Pokemon, puts a restored Pokemon from your hand down to the bench. Wow, very good card. It will help you a lot, trust me. Basically with the Twist Mountain we can easily grab Aerodactyl, put it down to the bench if we have it in our hand, of course, if you get a flip of heads on the coin flip, and that's GG. 2 Fossil Excavation Kits, you know, it allows you to put 2 Old Emperor Aerodactyl into your hand. So really like this card. It's a very good card, to be honest. Don't know why, but you don't need more than 2, trust me. 2 is just enough. Alright, okay, let's just put that here. Then moving on to 3 copies of V-Seeker. We all know what V-Seeker is capable to do. It can put any supporter card from discard pile into your hand. Why 3 copies of V-Seeker? Why not 4? Well, probably this is the first deck ever that I built with 3 V-Seekers, and to be honest, it worked just good. Don't need more than 3 because I have Puzzle of Times, so somehow I think with Puzzle of Times I'm pretty good, so I don't need more than 3, I guess. Then I'm running 4 copies of Old Emperor Aerodactyl. So this card is very good because it says that that you can look at the bottom 7 cards of your deck, and if you reveal their Aerodactyl, you can just put it onto your bench. So I really like this card. It allows you to just put from nowhere Aerodactyl turn 1, and you can basically strike for 120 with the double core synergy. So this is just very good. In addition to that, 4 copies of Puzzle of Time. So with the Puzzle of Time, at the same time having 2 copies of Puzzle of Time in my hand, I can pretty much put them onto, I can put them, oh, a lot of light here. I guess I should somehow try to fix that. Okay, yeah, pretty much with the 2 copies of Puzzle of Time at the same time, you can basically grab any 2 cards from your discard pile and put them into your hand. So I really like that, to be honest. Of course, 4 copies of Ultra Ball also in this build. We all know what Ultra Ball do. So discard 2 cards from your hand. Okay, I run out of the focus right now. Discard 2 cards from your hand and basically search a deck for a Pokemon, reveal, and put into your hand. That's just pretty much it. Supporter line. one copy of a Hex Maniac. Okay, let me just move my camera a little bit here. One copy of Hex Maniac until end of your opponent's turn, shut down all abilities. Well, after you use your Restoring Beam, Dangerous Tentacle, Abyssal Hand, the Wanderlock, we can just shut down with the Hex Maniac our opponent abilities. So, kind of like this card, to be honest. It's a very good card. Okay, so moving on to the Lysandre. So Lysandre ×1, switch your opponent, benched Pokemon with one of his or her active Pokemon. Really good card. One copy of Teammates, of course. After your opponent knocks out your Pokemon, you can just use Teammates and search your deck for any two cards. So really like the Teammates. Two copies of Archie, just in case you know one is priced. So basically, with the two copies of Archie, you can be 100% sure that you're going to be able to put that Omastar on your bench, so I really like that. And then, moving on to the draft supporter line, 3 copies of N, of course. Shuffle your hand, enter a deck, the same thing will do your opponent, then both players will draft the cards equal to the remaining prize cards left. So basically, with the N, you can just put your opponent down to like 1 card, 2 cards, or depending how many actually prize cards he have left. I have issues with my light. Actually, I have very bad lighting here on my ends. So, okay, if I put it on the top, the same thing will happen. Okay, never mind. Can't do better than that. Sorry guys for that. Yeah, pretty much N is a very good card as I mentioned it. And of course, 4 copies of Professor Sycamore. Pretty much discard your hand, draw 7 new cards. Well, Professor Sycamore is just the rule in this deck. And of course in any other deck. I mean, you really need to have Professor Sycamore. So you can basically... So you can basically discard hand, drop 7 cards. That's just pretty much it. 4 copies of Double Course Energy. So with the Double Course Energies, I can just attach Double Course Energy to my Aerodactyl, use that Jet Draft, and basically be able to strike for 120. And in addition to that, running 4 Water Energies. Of course, with the Water Energy, I can also power up my Omastar Break. I can also power up my Octillery if I need. I can use my Aero Blitz, but the most important thing, I can also tag them onto my Aerodactyl and pretty much attack with them. So yeah, pretty much 4 energies in total. So this is pretty much it, guys. This is my Aerodactyl deck for the expanded format. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to shoot the like button if you enjoy watching it, and of course if you like the list, I will also put the list in my video description, so you can import it in the TCG online game just in case you would like to test it out and see how it works. As usual, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. So till the next time, have a nice day and see you next time. So goodbye.